Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Melvin Ingram picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Bills send the punter out. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to it. And that's what I'm seeing so far.
It's a gain of 22 yards. And the Chargers, first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
From the gun, Herbert. He's got Allen. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They come out here in the I. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Justin Jackson, his first touchdown on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Watch tight. Tight is right.
Wait, hold.
From the 29, Allen. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Round 80. 56 is the mic. I got one.
Allen from the gun on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
A loss of 6 yards. 3 and out.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. 21-0 our score after one. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. Taken in at the 22. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Second and 11 at the 28-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. To the outside, that's complete to Williams. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here we go. Set. 50. Plant. Yo. Fire.
On third down, here's Eckler. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Let's go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
56, check 56. Hey, high 7.
To throw on second and 6. Allen buying time to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
No. 319. 52 right here. Come on.
Throwing is Allen on third. And that will be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
Mike 53. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Ready?
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a second and 6. Second and 6. be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Ready. 53. Mike. Push him back. Snap.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Right, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Watch the slant.
Going on the ground with Eckler. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice spin into some open field.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
56 is the alert! Hey! What's that?
Allen now on first down. They go with the screen. It's Yeldon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
56, right there, 56. It's coming this way. Here we go. Half 85.
Throwing now is Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
At their own 8-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
It's a game of 5.
Ready. 60 out more.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I got it.
Allen now looks to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Melvin Ingram getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you, push them deep, find some space, and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
On 1st down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills cut into that lead. And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2.
Alert! 56 to Mike. 56. Hey, exit.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. Caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going.
Hey, check.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Allen's got it complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
It's a party now. It's a party now.
Here is Eckler. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Come on, D.
Here's 2nd and 8. And caught by Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Go, 18 Gator. 80 weapon.
Here I come. Check 3. Check 52. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Check.
Ready.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh.
Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Hey, Alpha.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 50.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
This fielded at the 2.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position,
looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
and that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They started on the ground with Eckler, and he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, Herbert for Keenan Allen. That's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now a toss play to Eckler. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Eckler. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
A.J. Klein on the tackle there.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I'm here all day. I'm here.
Ready?
It's Eckler again. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a first carry for their fullback. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively, kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and 4.
The Chargers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Dan Bailey now for the field goal try. This will be, 38 yards out. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw, it's Allen.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 23-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I know he ain't got it.
Once more, here's Eckler. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Okay, ready?
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Get it.
They pitch it to Eckler, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
He's checking. Crash. He's crashing.
And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
They'll run for it with Eckler. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Bills are going to get the football back.
Showed up.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Derwin James with a pick. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter.